Today I'm going to be scratching glass so that you don't have to. As window cleaners or anybody working with glass, one of the greatest concerns is scratching the glass. So I'm going to be testing all of these products, some of them window cleaning tools, some of them things found at Home Depot, to see which ones will scratch the glass. And this is how I'm going to do it. Come on, bring it in. Yep. I will be sacrificing this door. It has 15 panes. Once a pane gets scratched, we're going to move to the next. We're going to try all those products. We'll see if this door can survive the gauntlet. Scratches happen when a softer material encounters a harder material, which creates a groove in it. That hardness is based on the Mohs hardness scale. So for instance, glass has a Mohs hardness between 5 and 6. So if it encounters anything above 5 to 6, it's likely that it will scratch. Also, I'm going to be doing these tests under bad conditions. I'm going to be doing it on dry glass. Most of the time, if you're using a scraper, steel wool, any of these things, your glass is going to be wet, but I'm going to test it on dry glass to see what it does. Okay, first up is a brass squeegee channel. Brass has a Mohs hardness of 4, so in theory, this should not scratch the glass. Aluminum has a Mohs hardness of under 3, so in theory it shouldn't scratch the glass, but when alloyed with other metals, it can have a higher Mohs rating. So let's see. Oh yeah, that scratched. Stainless steel has a hardness similar to glass. Let's see what happens. Definitely scratched. Remember, there's always more to the story than just the material itself. Can a squeegee channel scratch glass? Yeah, it can sometimes. Brass, generally not. Aluminum, no, but aluminum alloy, yes. Stainless steel, yes. No reason your channel should be coming in contact with the glass anyway. Pane 1 is destroyed. Let's move to pane 2. So what about a magic eraser? I'm pretty sure this would have like a 0 on the Mohs hardness scale. Let's see. No scratches, not a surprise. But remember, it's not always the whole story, just the material itself. Stay tuned and we'll see if there is a way that this can scratch a window. Okay, what about a Scotch-Brite no scratch pad? Actually, 0 scratch pad. Let's see, starting on the spongy side. Nothing from the spongy side. By the way, why do sponges ship wet? Is it just so they don't dry out? Anyway, let's try the abrasive side. It does not look like that was scratching. I'm not sure I would still trust it on a window, but it looks like the 0 scratch maybe will not scratch glass. Okay, what about your standard heavy-duty Scotch-Brite pad? Let's see. Spongy side is clear. Let's see the green abrasive side. Yeah, this thing left terrible scratches. Do not use these on glass. All right, what about America's favorite sponge, the Scrub Daddy and Scrub Mommy? It says scratch free, so pretty sure they're talking about pans, but let's see. Okay, what about the Scrub Daddy scoring pad? Scouring? Scoring? Let's see. Yeah, these things scratch. I would not ever use them on glass. Okay, let's move on to the steel wool, starting with quadruple 0 steel wool. Yep, this stuff is good to go. It will not scratch unless it gets rusty or gets some sand or debris caught in there. Quadruple 0 steel wool is good to go. Now, what about triple 0 steel wool? This is kind of a hot debate. I have some construction clean guys who will only use this because they say quad 0 is not strong enough, but there's also a ton of people and a ton of testing that says this scratches. Now, I don't see any scratches with this, but it's better to be safe than sorry. A lot of people say it scratches, so I would just stick with the quadruple 0. Now, what about something like these steel wool pads from Home Depot? I did get the lemon scent for my own enjoyment, and it doesn't smell good. Also doesn't smell like lemon. Now, it doesn't look like this scratched, but I would never trust this. Don't use these on the windows. Use quadruple zero steel wool. If you want to smell like lemon, just don't. It doesn't need to smell like lemon. Okay, this pane survived the steel wool more or less, so we're going to reuse it. What about putting blades on the window? This is a Home Depot special. Okay, starting with the 1.5-inch blade. Good to go. All right, let's try the 4-inch scraper. And the professional 6-inch scraper. Now, I was using all these relatively correctly, but what if I wasn't? What if I wanted to scratch? Yes, those scratched. If you are not using a blade correctly, or it chips, or it's rusty, or anything, it will scratch. Make no mistake. So take good care of your blades, use proper technique, and you should be fine. Okay, now for the power tools. Will something like this scratch a window? So this brush itself didn't. There's a lot of attachments that go on this. I'm going to try one of the other ones too. What about something like this blue abrasive pad? Yeah, this definitely scratched the window. I don't see why you would use this. All right, so we went through all kinds of stuff that did and didn't scratch a window, but I want to introduce an X factor that can make almost anything scratch a window, which is sand. Now, sand has a Mohs hardness of 7, which, if you remember, is higher than the glass Mohs hardness, which is 5 to 6. So in theory, it should scratch. It's honestly hard to tell if that left scratches or not. Let's try something else. Yeah, so that one definitely left some scratches. Where steel wool alone wasn't scratching at all, now we have a bunch of scratches because of the sand we introduced. And finally, what about our scraper blade? Yeah, huge scratches. You know, and I'd say most of the time people think that they scratch a window with a blade. It's because of either sand or dirt or rocks or rust or something else that's on the window or on the blade. All right, well, we got this glass nice and scratched up, but as you see, we still have a lot of panes left. So I can keep testing. If there's something else you want me to test if it scratches, I will. I will sacrifice this door. All right, you can take it out of here. Just remember, almost anything and everything can scratch glass in the right conditions. Also, I have no idea what I'm doing. Don't take any of my advice. Good luck. Just be careful. Don't scratch glass. And remember, if it gets the window clean, don't let them tell you you're doing it wrong. Come see us at Dallas Window Cleaning Supply. Bye.